for joining us for Who's on the Mic Radio. We are here live at Black Girls on Sex. Now, they do have a show at 6 p.m. They are currently going to be showing at the Fringe, what is it called? Indie Fringe. We are now located at 710 East St. Clair Avenue, or St. Clair Street. 719, I apologize. But here with me we have the lovely ladies, or the poets of this event tonight, and we're going to find out who they are one by one. What's your name?
My name is Ebony Chappelle. My stage name is Kai the Conqueror.
The Conqueror, ooh.
I am Claire Legend.
Speak louder for me.
Hello, I am Patrice Lamar, better known as Zero. Hello everyone, my name is Duchess Duval.
I'm just Josiah McMillan. My website is liquidproductions.com.
He's actually the founder of this wonderful event. Next. You can pass.
My name is Rashida Ranzo. I am the director of Black Girls on Sex. I'm also a performer and the host. Hi, I'm January York. That's it.
Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. Now, first, I would like to talk to you, Josiah, of course. Why did you want to name this Black Girls on Sex, or what was your meaning behind creating this event?
Well, originally, I didn't know how to write this, but my mother was creating a book of poetry, and I had the idea, why not make it a show? She only had 4 poems, and over like the course of a month, she hadn't really produced much material, so I was like, I could do it. Just a marathon of deaf poetry, little clips on YouTube, enough experience with my mom and other fine black women, and I created it.
Well, I love it. I think one of the dynamics of this, of course, is women in their sexuality. As you can see, all of them are beautiful. They have their leggings on, beautiful makeup. Was it uncomfortable for you to actually speak on sexuality?
It wasn't uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
You're fine. That's okay.
Well, it wasn't uncomfortable to me to talk about sexuality just based on my background. Sex was a really open topic in my household, and it didn't make me uncomfortable. I think the only thing is that I just wanted to do it justice, all these different stories. So that was really my only, well, not my only, but one of my main struggles throughout the production.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to know who felt uncomfortable initially. Raise your hand. Anybody feel uncomfortable at first? Miss D?
I was uncomfortable just because of the way that society has publicized sex. You know, I mean, I think it's a very intimate thing, and when you think of black girls on sex, I get a little intimidated on, okay, maybe everyone's view isn't as, in the box as my view is. So, I would probably be the one who's a little intimidated.
Can I tell the truth now? Thank you.
God.
It took a lot of pulling and convincing to get her to do this show, because at first I was like, Deanna, why don't you do it? Josiah's already familiar with you. He wants you to do the show. I'm married. I got kids. I can't just be up here talking about sex. You thought it was going to be something totally off the wall.
Absolutely.
And it took a lot of convincing to finally get her to do it. So, no, she gave you the politically correct answer, but I'm going to tell you the real.
Now I am going to touch on both of you, because I agree. I understand. I'll say that. Yes, the view on sex is not as open, and there are some individuals that were raised very differently. So and then oftentimes you wonder, how are people going to look at me when I talk about this stuff? Am I letting people in my bedroom because I discuss it openly? Right. Which is not always the case, but I do understand where you're coming from. So was that an issue for you, Miss Lady? Beautiful dress.
Thank you.
No, it wasn't really an issue for me because I grew up in a household and in a church where all this was hush-hush. I had an experience at 18 that forced me to be thrust into a different part of sex, a hurtful part of sex. So to be able to discuss this and talk about it, I mean, years later I was able to get to a point where I could be free and talk about my experience, heal from it, and then also, experience different things on a more happier, lighter note. So no, it was not hard for me to do it at this point, but if I had this opportunity presented to me maybe 10 years ago, it would have been a different situation.
Well, hey, I like that. Okay, now, Josiah, do you compare this to the vagina monologues or the pocketbook monologues? Of course, I've been to a couple of those shows in Atlanta. Would you compare this to that?
Very interesting.
I think it's because the reason it's better is not just because it's a bunch of poems that you actually get to dive into the psyche of the person performing. So we take it just a step further, and with ours, I believe our poetry is a little more raw. And basically, although it wasn't written by the poet, it does express a lot of varied opinions that are in the black community, especially with black women.
True.
So I think it's better.
I love it. So, Miss Lady, I'm sorry I forgot your name. That's okay.
Hair lecturer.
Oh, I love that. And it fits her too. I love it.
Living in between electricity.
That's what our bio
You will be
said.
shocked by me, dog.
Okay, so as Josiah mentioned, the poetry wasn't actually written by you guys. Do you think your poem that you're going to be doing this evening fits you in some way?
Yes. Which piece fits me the most? I would have to say Virginal Woman, because skinny. Virginal Woman fits me because it's true, it's real. You know, a lot of women feel like that they need to flaunt whatever they need to flaunt to get whoever they need to get.
True.
I'm sorry, light skin, tall with dreads is what it is. And females always want to flaunt to that tall, dark, and handsome and whatnot. But we need to come back to the middle. We need to realize that what's true is you and what you are going to do with your life. And giving it up is not what we need to be doing. Really not. 13, 14-year-old girls having babies. That's stupid.
Right.
So when you really come back to the middle and realize who you are, you have a precious gift. And that one man that's going to come and prove himself to you, that's when God is going to come in and He's going to let everything else happen on its own without planning anything out. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Hey, I love that. I love that. That takes me to Jill Scott's song, There's Power in These in the Rolling Shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Miss Rashida, do you believe in the power of the pink?
You might want to get it. Okay, can we do this in unison? Do you women believe that there is power in the pink?
Yes. Absolutely.
All power.
You want to make some comments on that one?
I would say, like I said, all the power, because honestly, and I think that's a very powerful thing to know, is that what you possess is very powerful, is very sacred, very beautiful. Some people even believe that it's heaven in some way. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I think with that power comes a lot of responsibility, and that's why I guess that's why I really enjoyed being a part of this. Like, a lot of the poems are very, strong and all of that, and it just speaks to that responsibility that comes along with the power of
Can I come?
I want to apologize. I thought the key was something else. I'm sorry.
You know what? Go ahead, Miss Alexa.
You know what? Women have power in the piece because women are prostitutes, right? Men are going to do what they got to do to get that. She get her money. She don't even have to give it to you if she's strapped right. You know what I mean? She ain't really got to give it to her. But because women can go out and do that, women can strip, women can be like the top CEO or whatever they gonna do, whatever, they don't even have to open up their legs at all, but there definitely is power. Not more so because we have the power to bring a baby into the world, but we have power. That's it.
Ms. Randall, I'm gonna get you on this mic. I'm gonna get you on this mic. What was it like directing this piece?
Well, first I want to thank Josiah for allowing me to direct this production. I've directed quite a few different things before, never a production that's dealing with poetry, because poetry is not really my lane. But getting this group of women together, it made it so easy. Believe it or not, we've only had maybe, 4 or 5 rehearsals for this show, because it just comes so naturally for everyone that's up here on the stage, whether you are an actor or whether you're a poet. I'm not a poet. I don't write poetry. Acting is my thing, but tonight I'll act like a poet. Amen. So, and it works. And each one of these women blew me and Josiah away when they came to audition. So we already knew, what we had in mind. We had the vision, and all we needed were the people to place it. So once we got that in place, it was just smooth sailing from there on. So.
Mr. Josiah,
Yeah.
is this gonna be a traveling production?
I hope so. I know it's gonna be a sequel. Newsletter, blackgirlsonsex.com/contact. .html.
HT in there?
Just go to blackgirlsonsex.com.
Okay, I honestly want to know, how were the auditions done? Like, how many did you have?
We
Like
just had
a multitude of girls, or or did you actually choose? How did that work?
We didn't have a huge turnout for the auditions, but we just had the girls come in and recite poetry of their own, or a monologue, but most of the girls came with their own poetry that they've written or that they've memorized. And then Josiah, who gets a little beside himself sometimes, would yell out, "Ooh, you got the part!" And I'm like, Josiah, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. So I stayed throwing stuff at him across the table. But it was a really easy process. The selection process was easy. Just to see, if you see these girls on stage tonight, you will know why we picked them.
Well, I'm excited about that, and I will say it's unfortunate, but Indianapolis is not open to these types of events, and I'm hoping after this weekend it will be. So part 2, I am going to say now that it will be much larger. Your auditions will be greater, and I think this is an awesome thing, because I had never been to a show like this until I was in Atlanta. So I was open to it. So when I heard about it, I was like, Rashida, I want to interview everybody. I think this is so awesome. And I realized that she puts her hands in things that Indy is not open to. So being a part of this was great for me. I want to expose you guys to a lot more. So I'm hoping that after this weekend, everybody will know about Black Girls on Sex. So you heard it here first from Who's on the Mic Radio. This is Tiffany Lockridge. You still have time to come down for the 6 o'clock show. We are at
719 East St. Clair Street, Indy French Theater's Little White House. It's a good show. $5. We're selling these great shirts that the women are modeling.
And they are so cute.
It's just $12 to $15. We got sizes up to 2X. So just come on out.
Thank you so much, ladies, and tune in next time.